All right. Hey, my name is Rob Cooper from Saginaw, Michigan. Well, from Birch Run, Michigan is where I grew up, but I live in Auburn, Michigan right now. Owner of Coop Scion facility where we're at right now. I am currently 5 weeks out from training for the Masters Nationals in Pittsburg. And that's, again, 5 weeks from today. I'll be on stage. I'll be probably eating a burger right about now, getting ready to do the night show at 6 p.m. over there. But today I went through a session with you with doing some back. We kind of combined a little bit of lateral movements with vertical movements. A lot of times when I do back, I like to, because I don't do legs anymore, I am a physique competitor. Men's physique competitor. I didn't say that off the get-go. Used to be in bodybuilding, be a light heavyweight bodybuilder, but I had a mishap with my leg. Training in 2018, I tore my quad tendon out completely, squatting too much weight. Bodybuilders, you don't need all that weight, trust me. I was trying to push somebody off my board in the gym, my bench or my squat board, and I went for their number, and silly enough, I tore my quad tendon. Had it fully replaced, and took about 3 surgeries in 2019 to get it done. I was off for about a year and a half of lifting, 0 lifting, gained a bunch of weight, did the gym and everything, and then decided to get back into it. So got a hold of Justin Harris, who is my nutrition guy. He is a guru. Anybody that needs any assistance in nutrition, he is the man. He will get you lean and looking good. So check him out, Justin Harris, Troponin Nutrition. Really good dude. But so he's helping me out right now and leading me through. And so he got me back on track, gained some weight. I started feeling good and positive about myself over 2019, or after the surgeries in 2019. I started lifting in 2020, actually, right after COVID. I think COVID, what was it, March? When we were closed in the gym, I think it was March 16th. We were closed, and so I started lifting literally the 17th, I think the next day. And part of the reason why I lifted so much at that point in time was getting back into it, but I didn't know if I would ever have my gym. I didn't know if it would stay or go or what. So I was like, I'm going to use this equipment as much as possible before they take it. So I started lifting and was using Justin for some nutrition to gain some weight. Wasn't doing the best with him as far as contact and stuff. A lot of stuff going on with COVID, obviously. And then he got back with him. I used him for a year, I booked him for a year. Booked him. I purchased a year plan from him. Kind of lost touch with him for a little while there on my end. Got back with him towards the end. He got me railed back on track and shipped out. I think we started really pushing it this year in January. I started dieting a little bit harder in last November, and I picked the John Simmons Classic this year to qualify for the Masters Nationals. So trained really hard, been prepping really since November as far as nutrition-wise, and lifting hard for the last year and a half. And again, like I said, I'm in physique now because the leg's torn, and I've got to compete. I've just got it in my blood. Been a 3-sport athlete. Did all kinds of stuff my entire life, and I just gotta compete against people. I gotta have something to drive me to go. So, but that's the goal right now is the Masters Nationals. Hopefully Justin can lead me to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow per se. And my goal, like I said, I wanna be a pro for a couple reasons. Haven't been super successful in getting the championships in my career as far as I've had a lot of success in sports and athletics, but I haven't really won that championship. I've gotten to championship games. I've gotten to series. I've gotten to this. I've never really won anything. I've built teams and left, and then the team would win after I'd leave. Or so this is my championship. If I'm 43 years old, it's time for me to get something myself and be greedy. And this is kind of what I'm going to do. So until I get it, I'm going to go after it. I own a gym now. I got the time to lift. I'm around the culture of it all the time. I love it. I've always loved it. So we're going to get that pro card. So hopefully this in 5 days or 5 weeks from now, I'll get it.
Did you always intend on opening a gym at some point in your life? Was that always a goal of yours?
No, really. Honestly, I've always been a gym goer. I always went to gyms. Gym's always been a part of my life. I've been a 3-sport athlete since basketball, baseball, and football. Yeah, so I played all 3 in high school and then went to Alma College. That's where I met Justin. Justin and I played football together at Alma. He is a year younger than me, so I think he came in my sophomore year. He was D end, badass, All-American. Justin kicks ass. Yeah, dude, he's mean, son of a bitch. Yeah, he was really good. See, again, he got a championship. Justin got his championship ring the year after I graduated. So again, like our crew and some of the guys before us led everybody there, got the culture going, and those guys won it. So, but played at Alma College and for 4 years, and left Alma, and I always lifted my whole life. I've always been in shape somewhat. I used to be a big guy as far as like carrying weight. I wouldn't even consider off season because I wasn't bodybuilding per se. I was just lifting weights and trying to stay in shape. And I usually carried between 230 to 250. I'm 5'9" and probably 5'9" in 3 inches, or about 5'9". Yeah, well, not 3 inches, 5'9" in a quarter maybe. I don't know. I'm in that vicinity, right between 5'10", 5'9". But I think I've shrunk, honestly, about a half an inch over the last 4 years. I used to be a solid 5'10", flat foot, guaranteed. Now I'm a little under, which helps me a little bit for physique because it's the 5'9" to 5'10" division. So I think it's class E, D or E that I'll be. Oh yeah, I mean, and it was significant though. I mean, I was blown away. Probably half an inch to a little more than that I've lost. I mean, I used to be solid 5'10". No doubt, flat foot 5'10", and I'm definitely shorter now. So, so now, anyways, I get into that category. I'm in the D or E for physique. It's all height, not so much weights and stuff. So, I guess overall bodybuilding got into me when I met my wife. When I met Michelle, who competed before I used to compete. I used to lift more than her and do all that stuff more, but she got into the actual bodybuilding world more before me. And then when I met her, she kind of introduced me to that realm, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. So when you fall in love with, like, when you already like going to gyms, and I was one of those guys that, Jesus, I would never not go to a gym. If I was on a trip somewhere and it was gym time, I was there. If I was on business, I'd be going. It didn't matter where I was at. I was always making sure I was there. And to be honest with you, I think over time, I just fell in love with the sport. It was never something I always looked forward to. I was always a basketball, football, major sport guy. But the more I got into it and realized when you learn really what bodybuilding is, that's when you learn like what people do at the top level to get to where they are at. People, and Justin told me this, and I, like I said, I used him prep for the John Simmons show, and it was a killer prep. I mean, it destroyed every ounce of me, but it taught me something to really dive in and do it like the way it should be done. You're going to feel like shit, and you're going to feel like shit even more. I mean, you're going to feel like crap. If you're doing it right, you are not going to be of yourself, and you're almost going to feel like you're not stepping on stage 100%, just because you're exactly where you're supposed to be, but you're not going to feel like you should be. It's the best way to describe it. And when I learned that, I learned how much I kind of respected how this sport is, and it much more than I used to. What people endure, people have no idea. You see everybody. You interview. You've been in this realm longer than I've been. And these guys and these women go through hell and high water to get where they're at, and it's usually just for a trophy. There's no money in this. There's no huge dollars unless you get really high up and you start getting your.
It's not the money like you make in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a major sport, and it could be. The problem is people don't understand the commitment it takes. And if they understood, it would probably be one of the most popular sports, to be honest with you, because people do like individual sports. Because it's just you and you alone. There's nobody else doing anything. Justin does give me tools to get to where I need to be, but he's not doing the cardio in the morning for me. He's not doing the lifting the weights or doing that extra rep or two. So it is me, but it's a team, because I wouldn't be able to get there if I didn't know what he was, use his mind and link it together. So overall, I'm a rambler, man. If you can tell, I can talk forever. But gym wasn't a big topic of mine, wasn't a big thing. It just literally was a thing where I rolled over in bed one day with my wife when we were lifting after I'd done some shows, and I said, you know what? I love this. this area needs a good gym. Saginaw's been dying for a gym lately. Hell, lately, ever. Yeah, I mean, everybody comes in this place with like half-assed. You know, they put in something decent, and people don't know what's good out here, and that's what I'm bringing to them. I'm bringing to them a special gym that's got everything top-notch facility, top-notch equipment, top-notch culture. We don't take any bullshit here. We add by subtraction, if you know what that means. So if we don't like you, you're gone. There's no question. And it adds to the gym, because usually the people that are run or the things that get taken care of will improve the outcomes for everyone else. So it's just, it's a dream. This gym is a freaking dream. I can't leave it. Ask my wife. This is my life, and it's everything that I've done for 43 years, all wrapped into one. And it's just it's an incredible. I still can't believe I did all this with my wife. I can't believe I built this thing, and all the people that are doing things here and getting healthy here and getting into sports and athletics that they never would have if this wasn't here. It's freaking incredible. So it's if anything, it's getting me into this sport even more. So.
Well, it must be cool to see competitors coming out of your own gym now.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, to see your own people going and winning at shows and doing stuff.
Yeah, and then, like, for an example, you know, I did the John Simmons it was about a month and a half ago, I want to say, 6 weeks ago. God, it's been like that. It's been that long already. 4 weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago. And we had myself, my wife, Jamie, Christina, Dylan, Sandra. I'm just naming people off the top of my head that are friends of mine or employees who work for us. And if I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry here. I probably am. But all of us, everyone from Coop Scion Works that did that show, placed first in their division, in first overall. The only non-overall was because it was a second overall to another girl that was here already. So it was a Coop's first and second in the bikini. So we took bikini first and second overall in class, all classes. We took my class in physique, class C in physique with Dylan. Michelle took her physique, women's physique, and then Sandra took the overall in figure, women's figure. So for Coop's first showing, it was phenomenal. So it's really cool seeing everyone not only go back into shows and do well, but do better than they've ever done, because the gyms allowed them to work out better, to have more of a structured area that they love to come to every day. And everyone says it. Everyone's getting bigger, seeing better results, nutritioning better, because there's a better place to come where everyone kind of all mingles the same. It's 26,000 square feet now. It used to be 23. We bought this new section here and are revamping it, but it's about 25 to 26,000 square feet total of just sheer insanity. It's awesome. Like, if you love gyms, you love fitness facilities, if you're ever in the Saginaw area, if you want to make a trip for an hour even to come check us out, it's worth it. Yeah, it's a special place, guys, and it's not just because I own it. You know, it is. It's a special place. It's from the heart. It's just something I can't stop. I keep building it and building it, buying new machines. I got 6 new Prime machines brand new coming in. There's an 18-week back order on those machines, so I ordered them 3 weeks ago. Always new things coming into this facility to make you better. We're going to take out the old, come in with the new. We're going to be here for a long time.
I was going to say, now, go ahead and talk a little, because the only time I've seen, like, a spinning cinema like that you're currently building here, it's almost done here, is like in Atlanta and Buckhead, which is a real ritzy area.
Yeah. Yes.
So go ahead and tell us a little about your spinning facility and what that's going to be like.
Okay, so yeah, we're doing a whole indoor cycling facility. Got the top-notch bikes, top-notch instructors. So in this area, just to give you a background of it, everything, like I said, is kind of done. Not that people don't want to have the best things, but it seems like they get content and they stop. I want when I do stuff, and you can see when you come into my gym first thing, when you come into Coop Scion Works, you know you're at a badass facility. It's just, you just know. You walk in, it's incredible. Everything you see is incredible. And it's because I don't take any shortcuts, and I didn't want to do that with this either. So I bought the best money could buy as far as equipment, looking for the best instructors. But you don't just want to roll bikes out into a regular studio like a lot of studios do. They fill them up. They still have fun. have a kick-ass class. But this is a whole experience. I mean, we got fog in here, we got smoke in here, low density smoke. We've got lighting all over. We got DJ lighting. We got insane projector screen, 130-inch projector screen, sound that's insane. It's formulated in here for the sound. Everything is sound reactive. The controllers, we actually use Moto Sumo as the system for our bikers. They actually can compete per class. They can look at all their heart rate, all their information on the screen. It's basically like a Soul Cycle, a lower browed Soul Cycle. I wouldn't say lower browed, I'd say a Saginaw Soul Cycle. Coop Cycle it sounds better to me, but this place is gonna be off the chain. If you love spinning, if you love cycling, and you're looking for a culture in a place to commingle with the same like minds, this is going to be it. We're going to have club rides, we're going to have chill rides, we're going to have competitive rides, you name it. But this is going to be a ticket that you're not going to want to miss, because it's going to be one of those classes that you're going to have to get in a month before. There's 20 bikes in the class. You're gonna have to get in, fill up a bike, get a bike before it's filled up. But it's gonna be one of those things that everyone's gonna be talking about. I guarantee it will be. It's gonna be opening up July 6th too. So we'll start just after the holiday. We'll open that up, and I think we're gonna start off with like 7 classes a week or so. But another thing with Coops that's just adding to what we already have. We got classes, we got spin, we got like kind of CrossFit-y kind of. We have 40 yards of AstroTurf. We got a huge training facility with all the bodybuilding equipment and free weights that you need. So I sound like a commercial right now. But
it's nice. And if people who haven't been to Saginaw or lived here, they would be excited if they could see it, because it's not. We had good gyms, but you were always worried they'd go under after like 2 years, because no one was financially stable, and there was no big companies backing and stuff, and it was just scary. Like, people were scared to commit.
Yeah, and it's funny, because that's one of the scary things in the beginning. Well, I heard that a lot in the beginning. Most people wouldn't commit to my gym because they didn't think I'd be around. So I came in a lot smaller, but it was beautiful, right? Nice equipment. I bought all Legend equipment. I had both plate loaded, pin loaded. I had all my free weights from 5 to 150. At that time I had only 2 sets of everything only. I've got 3 sets of dumbbells up to 150 now in the gym. But I had 2 sets then at that time, and people were worried that I wouldn't be around long enough. They didn't want to commit to even at that time. I think it was only like $24 a month or $22 a month. People were coming in for like $18, $19 after discount. The beauty of Coops that I've done, and this is what a kind of a area person or people person I am, and a commitment person, is I do I grandfather everything. So there's people in here that are in here from day one. They got 20% off of the lowest rate, and they're in here for like $18 or $19 a month. They grandfather it. As long as they renew their membership every year, or if it's a 2-year membership, they renew and don't let it lapse, they get to keep that for life. So that's what I'm saying. Not to mention, think about it. I was only, I want to say I was only 12,000 square feet when I first opened, with 2 rooms. Now I'm 26,000 square feet with rooms that are upon rooms and just huge areas, and it's still the same price for everyone. The only thing I did is increased the daily for the non-members from $5 to $9. It's only $10 to come in here to work out for the day. This place is all worth that too, it. But I'm fair with pricing. Again, I was just talking to you earlier. I'm not into this for the money, really. Need to make a living, yes. I want to make a good living. I want to be able to have a little condo and be able to travel a little bit. But I don't care about making bank, man. I've never been that way. I've grown up with a wooden spoon in my mouth, So I just want this place to flourish. I want people to love it, and I want it to be consistent. But I don't care about killing it. I want people to be happy. And that's the main goal here, is for people to be happy, smiling faces, people getting big, keep people getting lean, people getting in shape, and that's the goal.
That's awesome. Well, good luck in the show and everything. We found along Michigan to use some more pros, so it'd be awesome to have one.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a hell of a time in 5 weeks. I heard that his show, that show out there, is really run really well. We're going out a little early to kind of just chill out, and then we're going to stay after. My son's coming, my wife, just going to make a whole weekend kind of. Yeah, I've never spent time in Pittsburgh. So I've flown through Pittsburgh and been in Pittsburgh for business, but I haven't really spent time around the city. So we're going to probably do that for a couple of days after. It's going to be a good time, but I'm so geeked and looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the show, to becoming a pro. If I can become a pro, I mean, I'm going to bring my best package I've ever been on stage that day. And then after that, I'm looking forward to becoming a regular person for the rest of the summer and enjoying my birthday 3 days later and just, yeah, fishing. I mean, bass fishing. I can't fish right now. I can't do anything because of prep and building this. But things will be, at the end of July, things will get back to normal. Life will get back to normal with the family, and then I guess the next step too from that, it depends. If I don't get the goal here is that if I do get my pro card at this Masters Nationals, then I've got some thinking ahead of me because I don't know what exactly I want to do with that. As far as next year's concerned, I'm definitely going to be doing some shows, getting into that realm because that's a different competitive realm that I want to reach into. I'm not just going to get my card and step away. I'm going to actually do some things with it. If I do not get the card, I think my goal is to go to the Arnold next year in March to compete in the amateur to try to get it there. So, and I've heard the Arnold is still going to be back at Columbus next March as normal after this year's late one. So that's the goal in hand, and if we can get there, it'll be awesome.